Hello and welcome to another TRC Shave and Chat. My name is Jack and I am very happy to be here with you guys today. The software I'm going to be showcasing is a TRC exclusive, and it's from, well, in collaboration with a company from Athens, Greece, and that is HAGS, H-A-G-S, Sanctified. Sanctified, I believe this was released once before. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe this isn't like brand new. I think this is a re-release. The scent notes and the inspired by scent were right up my alley, so I had to try this. Again, this is a TRC exclusive. You can only get this here. The scent itself, it's an homage to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Personally, I don't think it's that similar to Oud Wood. That was kind of quoted in the description anyway, so I know they used Oud Wood as like a base concept, and then they kind of did their own thing for the most part to kind of change it a bit and make it a little bit more interesting from their perspective. And for me, it's dark, it's quite sweet, it's pretty resinous. I don't know if any of you have smelled Khalifa from Ariana and Evans. It's quite similar. And that's an inspired scent of Black Afghano by Nasamato. The scent strength on this is pretty strong. I'd say it's probably about a 7 or an 8. And the soap itself is, I'd say, like mid. It's not like firm, it's not soft. I'd say it's kind of somewhere in the middle. I've already loaded it into my brush, and it loaded incredibly easily, which is something that I do care about quite a bit, so very happy to give that a go. I do have the matching splash with this guy, so I'm going to be applying this. Something about this, actually, when I first got this set, I thought, okay, what's the splash like? So I put the splash on my arm. That scent lasts, honestly, a ridiculously long time. I was still smelling it. I put it on in the morning on my arm, and I was still smelling it in the evening, and like legitimately getting wafts of it throughout the day. And it kind of, that blew me away, quite frankly. So I might need to go kind of easy with that when I do eventually put it on. My razor of choice today, I'm going to be straight razor shaving, which I do more often than not at this point. This is a stunning razor. This was purchased from Griffith Shaving Goods. And this is a Wade and Butcher A8s, absolutely gorgeous restored razor. This is the Griffith Edge, so I'm kind of curious to try this out. I've used it before on another razor I bought from them, and it was actually very good, so I hope that carries over to this. Wade and Butcher steel can be kind of iffy to put edges on, so I'm hoping it's good anyway. And yeah, the brush I'm using is the same I used in my last video with the razor company, and this is the Wald A1. This is a synthetic brush. Let's get the spectacles off and get to shaving. I have a mister. Whenever I use a new soap, I try to use distilled water, or like as pure water as I can, just to give it the best chance. Let's get lathering up. Wow, yeah, the scent is like booming off of the face. This is my first use of HAGS as well. I've never used this soap base before, so I'm curious to see how it builds. I didn't put a lot of water into the brush, so it's going to be a relatively dry, like, initial application of lather, but yeah, you can see it build super easy. It feels quite dense. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen another artisan from Athens, Greece, or Greece to begin with. Yeah, it's built. Seems to be building very easily. I'd say it's still pretty dry. The way I kind of gather that you must feel like a drag across your skin, and I'm getting that drag, so. I know it can still handle quite a bit more water, and we're gonna give it that. We're gonna see what we can do with this soap. I wouldn't say I particularly overloaded either, so. I loaded pretty much as I would any other soap, so. Yeah, it's really coming together. Seems very easy to lather. Seems very easy to lather. The scent is like strong. At least for me. I mean, everyone else has different perception when it comes to scent strength, but for me this is pretty strong. It's probably about the upper limit of what I generally enjoy. It's funny because when I initially started this hobby, I looked for things that were incredibly strong scented all the time and would tend to gravitate towards that. But now, really, I generally hover around like preferring mid-strength scents because I've had scents that have been so strong that have made me feel a bit nauseous after a while, as weird as that might sound. Yeah, man, this is a really nice soap base. Very dense, like incredibly dense. Let's like power hydrate this now. Wow. Jesus, yeah, this is good. This is good soap. Look at that density there. Jeez. It's like yogurt almost. Look at that sheen. Wow, yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. I think we're about ready. There we go, let's go with that. Okay, let's clean up the space here and because I kind of flung lather everywhere, as you do. There you go. Draw these lines. It's looking good. I was actually, the density of the soap, I'm actually pretty impressed with how quickly it came together. Let me get a towel, give me a sec. Just over here. Yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with how quickly it came together. You can see like, it's very well hydrated, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying it. I'm looking forward to trying this edge too. Okay, first use of the HAGS soap base. The scent is lovely. It's honestly filled the room, so it's very nice. Let's go with the grain here. Seems like a nice edge. It's actually a very nice edge. Flinging lather everywhere. Very nice. Soap feels very protective and slick. Very slick. So what I do, I don't like to run my razors under the tap. I have a big car sponge here, and all I do is run it off. So it collects the lather on the sponge. I'm not kind of putting any water on my blade. It's funny because I used to run it under the tap, and then I got to the point where the water spots were driving me moderately insane. So switch this left hand here and get this side. Raining lather. Feels great. Yeah, this is good soap. Kind of makes me regret not trying this before, to be honest with you. There we go. I think I'm happy as that for a first pass. What I like to do now is just grab the towel, kind of wash off the blade a bit, and then I actually put it under the sponge, just in case kind of when I'm lathering or rinsing I don't get any water on it. So that's pretty much cleaned off. Don't put it inside its scales, kind of just fold it like this and whack it under the sponge. Get some water on the face. Great first pass. I can already tell the quality of the soap. The scent is beautiful as well. It's booming, like I said, it's filling the room. Kind of exactly what you would want. See what I'm doing here, I'm not washing the soap off. I'm getting the residue and kind of spreading it with water across my face. It kind of creates this slick layer. And it's a good basis to lather up again for that second pass. So I only really do 2 passes with a straight razor. I do kind of like a hybrid against and across on my neck. And then I go against on my face. My face is not particularly sensitive at all. My neck can be, depending on what I'm using. Just lather up again, you can see it's dripping down the brush. But it's gonna be very hydrated. Very nice. Beautiful. Lovely scent. I was actually kind of concerned initially at the level of scent strength. Generally soaps that are very strong, they can kind of mess me up a bit in terms of skin irritation, but this seems to be perfect so far. Like no issues. Okay. Second pass. Well, second and final pass, I guess. Let's get this going. Let's go up on the neck. Edge is lovely. Wow, yeah, that's a good edge. Really nice soap. Cool, I've switched left. Very, very nice actually, super easy. It's been a while since I've used a hollow, like bigger grind like this. This is an 8/8. And generally, my preference lies more in the heavier grinds. So I feel this, the extra weight from the extra blade width kind of adds to a more kind of momentum filled shaving technique. What do I mean by that? That sounded nerdier than I intended actually. What I mean by that, if you have a larger blade, in theory something with more mass can move with more momentum. So if it's moving consistently, if it has more mass, you're better off just letting it build momentum and stroke. With something like a 5/8 or a much smaller grind, I generally recommend taking smaller strokes because it's unable to generate as much momentum. Yeah, I have zero complaints about how easy the shave has been. Let's clean off this razor a bit more. Let's get the rest of this mustache. And there we go. That's the shape. Very easy. Razor did a phenomenal job actually. Very, very good job. And the soap, slick. Very, honestly, with the density, I generally expect the soap to be a bit harder to dial in, but I had absolutely no problems with that. Very easy, very fast. Incredibly fast actually. I was pretty surprised at how quickly it did come together. So I'm going to put this again under the sponge. Let's rinse the face off and use some of this splash. Yeah, I just go ham here. Then use the other side of the towel without the soap. How is that immediate post shave? Very nice. Wow. Super hydrated. Super hydrated. A little bit tacky, which is generally a good thing from my experience. Okay, wow, yeah, very good. Okay, splash time now. So, ingredients wise, I don't think this has any alcohol in it whatsoever. It is witch hazel based, I believe. Rose hydrosol. There's some good ingredients in here. Let's get this applied. Not, like I said, not gonna use too much. Okay, scratch that. It just came out. Gosh, that is potent. Applies to the face very nicely, actually. It's not too thick, not too oily. Wow, I actually. Splash is excellent. Oh wow, yeah, splash is really good. I'm generally, I mean, people that know me generally know I'm not a huge alcohol splash fan. This doesn't have any alcohol. So if you are a lover of alcohol splashes, it's probably not going to be this one for you. For me, it's more, I don't want something that actively burns my face, but I want something that kind of, I can put on my face. It just kind of soothes my face after the shave, and that's perfect. Okay, let's do a recap of the gear and I will let you guys go. My set was, get you centered here, HAGS Sanctified in collaboration with the razor company. Honestly, blown away by the quality of the soap. I didn't actually expect it to be as good as it is, quite frankly, but very impressed. Super easy to dial in, really nice primary and residual slickness. Loaded in the brush, super easy. Scent strength is pretty high up in the charts there. Like I said, I put it at about an 8. That's relatively strong in my opinion. The splash, really nice. It's started to dry down already. The tack is already started to disappear, which is really nice. Soaking into the face. Face still feels soothed and hydrated. My brush today was the Wald A1. And I'll clean that up in a minute. And my razor was my newly acquired Wade and Butcher A8s. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. Should be making some more videos for TRC very soon. Apart from that, my name is Jack. Catch you guys later.